And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to helping you win in any marketplace. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we're helping you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. We want to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, engage with you so we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Give us a call on our hotline, or you can also check out our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we bring on the air to help you understand more about your buying decisions, help you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that is so prevalent in our community these days. So it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Back in studio, Kelly Oliver, Business Loan Solutions. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Very, very happy to talk today about government is back in session. That means SBA loans are happening.
Nice. SBA loans and all types of alternative types of financing, business, small businesses out there, medium-sized businesses, helping you leverage and take advantage of that, money that's flowing in OPM, right? Other people's money.
Other people's money. That's how
it.
you build your wealth.
That's how we like it. All right. Jason Sallman in the house. Speaking of other people's money and different types of money, cryptocurrency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always great to be here. Today we're going to talk about some kind of big acquisitions that have happened in the crypto space.
Nice.
As well as some really good utility use cases for it.
I love that. Always bringing some new and exciting information to you right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Lucky Dill. It's a restaurant, a deli, New York City bar, Brooklyn Bakery, catering and banquets over at the Lucky Dill. They've got a location on Boy Scout Boulevard here in Tampa, just across the street from the International Mall. Also in Palm Harbor on US 19. The Sandwich That Ate Brooklyn is really good food. Check them out online or go and visit them. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to their managers and let them know that you heard about them right here on 1380 The Biz, the Wall Street Business Network. 1025 The Bone, WeBeam TV as well. And we want to help you win. And here's a way that we can help homeowners and potential homeowners win. We've got a panel of experts coming to our next event. It's a buyer-seller seminar at Cox Media Group, 102.5 The Bone Studio. It's 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. Learn from a panel of experts. All you need to know about credit, mortgage, title, inspections, and more. Represented by Mutual of Omaha, our mortgage partner. We're going to have a Snoop inspection. The Snoop Dogg is going to be in the house. William Crowley, the credit magician, as well as myself. We got Aaron Foley, who's a buyer specialist on our team. And learn how you can get 100% financing at this buyer and seller seminar. The date is February 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. RSVP on eventbrite.com or just email us at consumerqb.com. All right, so let's jump right into it. We got Kelly Oliver in the house here talking about government loans back in session. And what say you in that space?
Well, so since we took a 30-day hiatus, that meant that any loans that were SBA-backed loans, which is the SBA or the government will back your loan up to 75%. They'll guarantee it for the bank. And then when you're coming to the table with 15% down on your loan, then the bank is really, if anything happens, they're guaranteed, they're only out maybe about 10% totally. So, banks and institutions really want to do these loans. They really do want to back businesses and small business and get them launched and get them going. They will also do new construction loans for like multifamily housing or assisted living facilities, those kinds of things. So it's a document intensive process But the loans that you have are such good quality loans. You really do cross your T's and dot the I's. The banks are happy to have you. So it ends up being a really good partnership. And then you get this fantastic loan for a long term and creates more cash flow. Because we've talked about cash flow before. If cash is king, then the cash flow is the queen of the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It boils down to that. I mean, it really does. You start when you see businesses slow down the cash flow. So you have solutions that will allow business owners to come in, maybe forecast what they're planning, have these different types of loans. Maybe they want to increase inventory, buy a second location.
Right.
What are you seeing business owners use this money for, Kelly?
A lot of new construction or a purchase of a business. So we just closed one. A couple, they wanted to have this lifelong dream to buy a gym. We're told by the banks that no, they couldn't do that. They couldn't get the financing. They couldn't get the down payment. I mean, there was a whole lot of the you can't.
Yeah.
Structure. That just means people don't want to work.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't want to work that hard. So anyway, they came to me, which is why people come to me, is because we're the out of the box thinkers. We're the ones that make the deals actually come together and make them happen. So when I laid out a strategy for them and they really found that it was possible they could buy this gym, in the process that it took, we held their hand through the entire process and led them through the documentation so that it was as painless as possible. And then they closed, and I talked to them a week later and said, how do you feel? Like, do you know it's yours yet? She says, I think I'm in shock. I don't know that it doesn't feel like mine yet.
Nice.
So, these are business owners that want to take a step out. They've got all the background and education and experience that they need, and they just need someone to kind of believe in who they are and what they're doing. And when we can back a loan with the SBA, we want to do that because that makes you very marketable, or your loan very marketable to the banks.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking with Kelly Oliver here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Business Loan Solutions, helping you obtain those different types of loan programs. And here's the thing also, is what I see over the years is that, a lot of times people have a relationship with a certain bank, someone that maybe holds their savings, or they got an auto loan through there. And they're just not going to be able to compete. They're not going to have the same type of programs that you're going to have access to.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened, right? They went to their longstanding bank, the one that they had a 23-year relationship with, and said, this is what we want to do. And the bank's like, oh, no, we can't do that. No,
yeah.
We don't want to do that. We don't, that's not in our wheelhouse.
Outside the box.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's too far outside of their box, or what because they're so heavily regulated. They can have only certain amount of loans in any particular section or industry.
Yes.
So if they get overextended in that area, the regulation comes back and says, no, you got to roll it back.
Right.
And you got to wait until you've got space to do that. So, that's where we get to come in, because we have over 100 different lenders that we work with. If one person is full in that category, we'll find the next person who is not, who's willing and has an appetite for that kind of loan.
So you're in a position almost of a broker, is that right?
Yes,
so you're able to take and shop the different types of credit or the type of loan collateral that they're looking at.
Yeah.
So you're taking that and shopping amongst 100 different plus lenders.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Thank you for saying that. So we are not just the broker, right? So we're actually the consultants that put the deal together for our clients. Because a lot of times brokers are transaction brokers, and they will do exactly what you said. They're going to shop your information to 100 different people. And that is not what we do. Because we work with our clients so personally and intimately with what they're doing, we understand their whole project, what they're trying to achieve. And then I don't shop their information. Because I have these relationships, and they're personal relationships with over 100 different lenders, I can call them, and I'm going to talk to only 2 or 3 people in order to get the best deal.
Nice.
Because I really believe that protecting my clients' information is first and foremost. And I have seen situations where brokers will create a UCC filing. It's a federal filing. And about your loan, they will shop your loan. And when they do, your information becomes massively publicly available, and you start getting on the call list and you start getting the strange phone calls from we can get you $10,000 today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it is just ridiculous what happens in that process. So, you know, when you're looking for someone who's going to represent you, who is beyond just going to the bank directly, you want to really qualify the people that you're working with and understand what their process is. So that's what happens when you go to some of the larger lending institutions, right? So
Yeah.
can I pick on them? Can I say like
You
the
say whatever you
lending
want.
tree of the world?
Yeah.
Like if you go to the lending trees, right, that's what they do, right? You submit all your information and there's a tiny little paragraph at the bottom that says you are giving us the right to use your information and make it publicly available to any lenders and sister companies that we have.
Yeah.
And that list is long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you start getting these barrage of emails and then you get on other people's email list. You know, it just negative spiral.
Yeah, it just turns into who can outlie the other lender, and they're all going to promise something and try to outlie the other one and say, oh, well, I can get you this rate, and they're going to bait and switch you at the closing table. That's why we want you working with local lenders here, local economy, support your local economy, and those are things that we want you to do and help you, you know, on a local level here, and it's going to support the Tampa Bay market. Yeah. So Kelly Oliver, Business Loan Solutions, best in the business when it comes to those SBA type loans, different types of loans. We'll talk more with Kelly later in the show as well. Jason Sallman coming up as well, cryptocurrency expert here. We're going to explore some of the new trends in cryptocurrencies and talk about some of those different caveats in that business. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And when we come back, more from our expert contributors. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back after this short break.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey,
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. We specialize in helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. Got a hot new listing here I want you to know about. This property is 7400 Sun Island Drive South, unit number 803 in Pasadena. Gorgeous views from this 8-story floor on a condominium Bay Island group, 2-bedroom, 2-bath property. Just stunning pictures from this property here. It's a 55-plus community, 1,230 square feet, gorgeous views. The Ambassador Building in beautiful South Pasadena, and got St. Pete Beach right there in the background. Just gorgeous aerial photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks. They do a great job on all of our real estate listings. And also 207 Coronado. This is a $3.5 million listing of mine on Clearwater Beach. 207 Coronado Drive in Clearwater Beach. Now, it's operating currently as a convenience store. Now, you got a convenience store. You've got some apartments in the back. The building needs a little work. But look at that view. Look across the street. You've got the Wyndham Grand. You've got the Hyatt. You've got Pier 60, Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the world. And I've got a great investment opportunity. I'm looking for developers, builders, entrepreneurs, savvy business people that see value when they see it. And look at the Wyndham Grand right there. So it's a hot property, 207 Coronado Drive, Clearwater Beach, a hot property listing. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. So Kelly Oliver's in the house. I wanted to get your quick comments on that. So that's a $3.5 million listing right on the beach.
Yeah.
Commercial asset. So is that something that you would help finance?
Sure, we can help finance that. A couple of different plays. One is if you're looking to just secure the land, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to secure the land, we're going to want to bring somebody in. If you don't have the deep pockets yourself to put the $3.5 million down on the land,
yep,
so you can own it free and clear, then we would work to find someone else to come in and help you get the financing to do that, right?
Because most likely that's going to be a tear down. Most likely at some point it's going to go vertical. It could be retrofitted.
Yeah.
Alcohol or a liquor store on the bottom, maybe some type of a bar type scene, or who knows.
I think there's a huge opportunity for redevelopment there. It does not necessarily mean it's hotel or apartment, but similar to what you're saying is that when there's a need that's missing in the area, and if you can find the property that can fill that need, you want to go after the property.
That's right. Mixed use type scenario.
Exactly. Could be mixed use is what I'm thinking.
Some food. Yeah, we had a major restaurant chain looking at it. But,
okay, good.
So that's what we're looking at. We're trying to get that sucker sold.
Good.
That's a nice property over there.
Yeah, that's a really nice property.
Yeah, nice listing. So, so hot property on Clearwater Beach. Let us know if you have anybody interested in that. We'd love to talk to you and partner up with that. Bilmar Beach Resort is our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Bilmar Beach Resort, our hotel partner on Treasure Island. Beautiful, gorgeous property, recently renovated as well. The Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island. They've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's restaurant on the beach, gorgeous views of the Gulf of Mexico. The Bilmar Beach Resort is the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out, let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on these special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's talk cryptocurrency here. Jason Sallman in the house. He's an expert in that space, and a lot of new developments. You said there's some new things happening in that space.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, especially for how flat the price has been. Like in general, there's been a lot of movement, like in the actual, like the industry, the institutional kind of side of things. So to give you examples, so Facebook obviously being, one of the biggest companies in the world, they just acquired a blockchain company. It's actually their first acquisition in the cryptocurrency space at all. And so they kind of acquired them through this, essentially what's called talent acquisition, which means they only want the company for the staff that's actually on it.
Wow.
The people that write the code specifically for blockchains. So they don't know why Facebook bought them. Like they haven't gone into like any detail, which is kind of how Facebook usually runs things. Is you don't really know anything until it's to the point where it's it's coming online or it's doing whatever. And so in the past, Facebook's been a little bit weird towards cryptocurrency. Like they had no opinion, which is interesting for like a very tech-based company to have no opinion on cryptocurrency at all, or even sometimes a little bit of a negative opinion in the sense of at one point they banned any ads that had anything to do with cryptocurrency.
Wow.
And they ended up reversing that actually like 2 or 3 months ago. So it's interesting to see like they're playing with the space, but for them
Poker.
to acquire, yeah, exactly.
A little poker play, right? You're a former poker player.
I am. So I kind of understand the game a little bit, but they're definitely doing something like under the line, but no one knows like exactly what it is. But for them to look sheerly for like what's called like a talent acquisition means they're trying to build something of their own, but they're using this development team to kind of do that. So that was pretty huge to actually see like a company of that size get into that space. And then kind of along the same lines, we saw actually a 9-figure deal in cryptocurrency, which is big in that space.
Wow.
You talk about the entire industry in and of itself only has a market cap of like $115 billion. And you saw a $100 million deal essentially where a cryptocurrency exchange bought a futures market. So they have futures, just like in stocks, they have futures markets. They have futures markets now for cryptocurrencies. So you actually buy futures, future contracts on Bitcoin or Ripple or Ethereum or things like that. So to see a 9-figure deal shows that like there's a lot of money like coming into this space.
Wow.
That's actually a company. It's called Kraken, and it's based out of Silicon Valley in California. But that's a huge deal. Even in general business sense, that's a huge deal.
Huge, yeah.
So it's really cool, I think, to see even when the price is really completely flat, to see all this movement happening around. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. So $100 million deal, going into an unknown space.
Yeah.
Because it's selling futures of these different types of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin versus what's the other one?
Ethereum and Ripple. So the reason that Kraken bought, it's a company called Crypto Facilities. It's because they're kind of the flagship product maker of these futures contracts. And so they saw them as being kind of the number one producer of these futures. So it's not new. It's been around for a little bit, but they bought literally the number one producer of these products. And so that's why they paid the price that they did.
Wow.
Is because they saw that there is a market for these products and that there will continue to be in the future. So they invested $100 million and so they could be a part of that future.
Wow. $100 million investment. That's super cool, man. So the cryptocurrency space, you're been following it from the beginning till now. Here we are.
Yeah.
So you've been really involved with it. What do you see happening in terms of absorption rate? Like, are people absorbing this now, or more and more users getting involved?
You're talking about from like an education kind of understanding perspective?
Yeah, or just people saying, "Hey, okay, let's do it. Let's dabble. Let's get some under our belt. Let's invest in some."
Yes. I see your question. So towards the end of 2017, you saw a massive growth in the amount of like consumers, this like consumer-driven speculation type of stuff, where they heard about cryptocurrency, like, oh my gosh, it went up, $100, $1,000, $5,000, whatever. That's the only thing that they knew was that, oh, this thing is going up. And so tons of people at the end of 2017 bought something that they had no idea how it worked.
Right.
Like they couldn't even explain to you how to send it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they bought it because they're like, oh, it's going to the moon. It's going to be insane. And those people lost a lot of money because they bought into something they did not understand at all. They didn't even understand what market cycles look like.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people were even first-time investors, people who didn't even have stocks or bonds or mutual funds or things like that, who just heard that there was this thing and that it was, it was going to
bandwagon.
Exactly. So it's just like you see the bandwagon fans in football or other things like that.
Yep.
That's kind of what you saw there. So what was interesting about that though is that's the speculation side of it. You saw that, but now I've kind of seen a much bigger twist towards the business side of education. So there's been a lot more businesses getting involved in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So just like we talked about Facebook, there's been an insane amount of speculation that Amazon is going to come out with their own cryptocurrency.
Wow.
And so here's why that would be insane as opposed to, other companies coming out with their own cryptocurrencies, that they actually have the built-in infrastructure, the built-in usability case to have their own cryptocurrency.
Right.
So like you could trade Amazon dollars. That's obviously a made up word. That's not a real thing. Don't look that up.
Yeah.
But you could have Amazon dollars and you could literally trade those with other people so you could purchase things on Amazon.
Right.
If you think about just from the perspective of fees, like Amazon would save millions and millions of dollars by using an internal cryptocurrency.
Right.
As opposed to trying to, bounce credit card transactions and dealing with all the fraudulent stuff that's involved in that side of things. So it'd be really insane to see a company that big, you're talking about, top, 5 company in the world type of thing, adopt its own cryptocurrency.
Yeah, because you're already buying all types of things online, usable, every day, from toilet paper to, electronics.
Exactly.
So you have, so I get it. You like you said, the built-in demand is there.
Yeah, it's there.
That could be, wow, they're doing that. They're getting in real estate. At some point, the government's going to have to say, hey, you guys got to slow down, pick a business and stay with it, But last time you mentioned Walmart too.
Yeah. So you see Walmart get in there, especially for the blockchain perspective. So A lot of companies might not understand cryptocurrency, but they're starting to understand what blockchain is. So blockchain is the backbone of cryptocurrencies. It's how the information is tracked. And so what they realize is, right, so we live in big data times. I'm sure you deal with data all the time, so you're aware of that. Because we live in big data time, the issue is that how are you storing this data? How secure is the data? You know, we heard what Target had a huge hack, Home Depot had a huge hack.
Yes.
I think one of the hotel giants just had a giant hack. I got an email from them about it actually. So that security of that data is super important. And so by using the blockchain, not only can you keep it more secure, but you can actually understand like the pattern of logistics. So whether you're moving, like I heard a company that's moving fuel around the world is now going to use blockchains to track where it's coming from and where it's going. The same thing actually with like diamond shipments, because you know that industry is a little bloody, not to use a kitschy term. And so being able to actually track where they're coming from to know, okay, this is not a blood diamond, and I can actually track the exact record of where it came from, this mine, and it ended up in this jewelry store.
Wow.
So the logistical portion alone of blockchain, I think you'll see so much expansion. I mean, people are talking about that being a $3 trillion industry in and of itself.
Wow.
So nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, just blockchain alone.
Blockchain itself, because of the inventory management, all those different, what you just mentioned. Awesome. Hey, good stuff. Always fun content there. We got Kelly Oliver in the house coming back. When we come back, Business Loan Solutions. Jason Sallman, more from our cryptocurrency expert. And we're going to talk about world markets and a lot of things here coming up as well. Our feel-good story of the day is a good one. Toddler says he hung out with a bear while lost in the woods for 2 days. Find out about that and more from our expert contributors when we come back right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
We got the plans cause we are the tech shamans. We understand cause we are the tech shaman. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. And giving a shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance, vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, and directly injected into your bloodstream. Reach out to Steve and Lisa Gunnan over at Replenish IV Solutions. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They got a grand opening as well going on at their Carrollwood office, which is over by Bierce and Del Mabry. They've got a South Tampa office on Gandy, just kind of close to that West Shore intersection. They've got all types of these vitamin infusions that can help you live a healthier life. Reach out, Replenish IV Solutions, and talk to Steve and Lisa Gunnan over there. They do a great job. And we got our buyer-seller seminar coming up on February 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. RSVP on eventbrite.com. We got the learn from a panel of experts, mortgage, credit, title, inspections, and more. And we're going to have the Snoop Dogg in the house, Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, talking about his side of the business. William Crowley, the credit magician, going to be talking about credit improvement. Aaron Foley is a buyer specialist on our team at Keller Williams Realty. And also Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, going to be talking about how you can get 100% financing through your next purchase. Buyer-seller seminar, February 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. Check them out on Eventbrite, sponsored by Total Title Solutions as well. So we would love to see you there. Free event. All you have to do is register for it. And we are back here in studio. We've got Kelly Oliver in the house, Business Loan Solutions. Jason Sallman as well. He's our cryptocurrency expert. More from our expert contributors coming up just after these couple of quick properties here. We've got a property over on 4th Street North, 7424 4th Street North over in St. Petersburg. Now, this is a corner lot gas station, 3 bays. You have a service station there, mini mart selling some food, large corner lot, plenty of parking right across the street from a Winn-Dixie. And it's just a very heavily trafficked road. So you got a lot of traffic coming through. A great opportunity at $795,000, just reduced to $795,000. Beautiful real estate property here in gorgeous and sunny 75 most of the time, Tampa Bay.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
So yeah, so something like that. That's another property that you could finance.
Absolutely. That one actually sounds like a really great opportunity.
It
right?
is. Yeah.
So,
The owner's motivated. He's so motivated on that thing. He wants to get out of it. $795,000 for a corner lot. I mean, corner commercial property alone, much less the revenues generated from the gas and the light mechanical shop. He does a lot of, like belts and tire type stuff.
I might be able to make some phone calls and see if we can get that sold.
We should put a flyer together, like a mutual flyer, and do some mail stuff. And I mean, I've got a nice little flyer, but it doesn't have the financing options on it.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we could put something like that together.
I'd love to do that. That'd be great.
Let's do it. All right, so we got Kelly Oliver here. We're talking with Kelly Oliver, Business Loan Solutions. So all types of business loans. We talked about a couple examples there of commercial products that you can do as well to help people.
Yes.
Some good stuff happening. What kind of what are you seeing in the industry overall?
Well, so the big thing was the SBA loans. That was the announcement for this week, and that's actually moving forward. So that was really, the big thing that's happening. The other thing that I'm getting just, tons of phone calls, because it's what I try to do is if I'm getting the phone calls, I'm feeling like I'm the boots on the ground. If people are calling me, we're the first lead so that you can have some trending and know what's happening and what's coming.
Sure.
Still, construction is there. Construction is strong. It's still there. New construction, new projects that are happening all across the country.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we know there's just magic that's starting to happen in Tampa about all of the new construction that's coming, the new businesses that are coming to the Tampa Bay area. In fact, I was just having a conversation with one of my friends who believes in Tampa, but he's in the, I'm not ready to quite invest in Tampa yet. So
we just got Bruce Arians.
I know.
And you said Fitzmagic earlier. I mean, we have.
It's coming. Right, it's coming. So I'm excited about what we're doing here. I think if anyone is looking for investment, Tampa is the place to be looking for investment, whether it's already existing, like the couple of properties that you've shown, or whether it's redevelopment or new construction. There is just tremendous opportunity. The fix and flip market.
Yeah.
It's tough to find those deals, but listen, when you're searching and you're looking and you're making the phone calls and you're doing your groundwork, you can still find those fantastic deals that are here.
Yeah.
And they may still be a little larger than what you would normally pay for a property. But when you look in terms of you're going to do a longer term hold on the property, So maybe you're going to rent it for a couple of years. Your investment is in the next 5 years, not in the next 12 months, right?
Yeah.
We know that there's a dip that's coming, so we got to kind of plan for the dip. But fix and flip is still very much alive and well. Just your flipping may take a little longer than what you normally would. If you know that in advance going in, that's how you structure your deal. So that listen, I'm gonna fix this. I may not flip it in 6 months.
Yeah.
I may take 2, 3, 5 years to flip. Then you're making your money back plus.
And you're going to talk to the seller about those plans. So you might negotiate no payments for the first 2 or 3 months, 3 or 4 months, and say, hey, I'm going to put some money into it. So I'm going to be sitting idle here for 3 to 6 months.
That's right.
So I need you to sell it at this price. We're not going to start payments until this date.
Yes.
So and that's what's great about the commercial space, because, all of those terms are very negotiable.
Everything is.
Everything.
Yeah. That's the key to our business. Everything is negotiable.
That's right. So if you don't get if you want to give him the price that he wants, he or she, the seller wants, then you might say, okay, well, here's my terms.
Yes.
I need a 40-year payment on it. You get creative.
Yes.
You get creative. I can't make payments for 6 months, but I'll start. So you get creative with those types of terms. I see that a lot.
Especially when you have very open sellers. Like on your gas station deal, right?
Yeah.
He's a motivated seller.
Yes.
So you walk in with a motivated deal. In order for the seller to exit their property, you take over control and operate however works for you. Or if there's a redevelopment play that's in that, like I said, there's probably a couple of developers that I can call and talk to that would suck that up quick.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
There's lots of opportunity, and especially, sometimes in the business, we've seen it happen where, you think that a seller's at a certain price, the $3.5 million property on Clearwater Beach.
Yeah.
You put an offer in the 2 million range in those 200.
Yeah.
That's real, and it's backed by proof of funds. That's going to change their tune. They're going to start thinking more realistic of what today's money will bring.
That's absolutely true. And I love that you're saying it's not just about the price. Really, it is about the deal. And how can you structure the deal so it's a win-win for everybody across the board?
That's right. And a lot of times people may not need to take that cash right out of the property. They might actually prefer to take structured payments over a certain amount of time.
That's right.
Maybe on a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 year balloon. And then owner finance, make a little bit of money on the rate. Maybe they charge a 7-8% rate, make a little extra money. Plus, they don't have to assume, or in accountant's terms, realize that money on their balance sheets or net sheets and their tax returns. And that might be important for the seller too.
Absolutely. And you're talking about owner financing. So here's something really interesting about owner financing. You can use that in commercial as the down payment.
Wow.
So if they're willing to take, say, an owner financing 10% note for you for 3 years, balloon at the end, so that you're got all that working, then all that you're coming to the table with is another 10% or maybe 15.
Wow. So 10 to 15% down in many cases on commercial deals.
And then you get owner financing for the other 10 or 15%, and then you're in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Then the lender is interested in your deal.
Yeah. Kelly Oliver here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Business Loan Solutions. And one of the things too, Kelly, is I had went to an event. My friend Rod Cleef, he does these events across the country on buying apartment complexes.
Yes.
So I went on Saturday. It was like a Friday, Saturday event. I could only make it one day, but it was really interesting. With they look at the net operating income and all these different different types of formulas to look at, vacancy rates, and what's important to investors across the country. But the key, I think, so many people get too hung up on is, how am I going to pay for it?
Yeah.
I don't have the money. I don't have the down payment. I don't have, but the key in real estate is finding the deal.
Yeah.
So if you can find the deal,
yeah,
we can find the money. We can find the partners.
We'll find the people. We'll find the partners that will come in.
That's right.
And is something that other people don't think about is that if you're already owning some real estate, and let's say that it's free and clear, you own it free and clear, but you're just sitting on it and you're sitting here saying, I don't have the cash. Nay, you're
right.
sitting on real estate that you own free and clear. So we can take the equity out of those properties in order for you to be able to generate the down payment for another piece of property you're going to buy. So there's all kinds of ways to look for, how do you get the down payment? How do you get, if the deal is a solid deal, the apartment complex, if it's not operating right now today the way that it should be, we'll do bridge financing to get you to where it can be stabilized. Once it gets stabilized, then we'll go into longer term financing. Could be an SBA loan, could be your local bank that would come in and do that, because they only want a loan on stabilized properties.
Right. Yeah, I like that. It's all about the cash flow, the income. Again, back to what we started the show, cash flow, and proving that on a balance sheet, bank statements, proving that income tax return wise, and then showing to the apartment complex, hey, think about where we're at in America. There's more renters than ever.
Yeah.
Rents are on the rise.
Yeah.
What a great investment, vehicle. What a great investment class that is as well. So stay with us right here at the Consumer Quarterback Show. We come back more from our expert contributors here in studio as well. More from Jason Sallman. We're going to talk some cryptocurrency as well when we come back in our feel-good story of the day. Tyler says he hung out with a bear while lost in the woods for 2 days. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Ward Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. Published author, professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon. Become the MVP in your industry by surfing the radio waves. We're helping you win in any marketplace. That's the company that we launched with BGCA, the Business Growth Celebrity Academy, with Ken Shamrock, the Ultimate Fighting Champion. BGCA.co. Check out that website, BGCA.co, for more information on how we partnered up with the WWF legend, UFC Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock, and Des Woodruff as well. and we are helping you win in that business as well. It's pretty neat. They met Gary V at the Super Bowl. I saw pictures of him online. I was like, we got to get a meeting with Gary V, man.
He's everywhere.
Awesome.
Get up to New York and meet him.
And Grant just had his big event. He just had a GrowthCon in Miami.
Yeah, he did.
I saw so many pictures, like just of people I know or something like that were there.
Lots of people. Snoop Dogg came out.
Yeah, it was huge, supposedly.
Snoop Dogg's, tell me how to make all that money.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, man, he's blown up over the years, Grant. He's real big now.
Yeah, it's gotten crazy.
Yeah, man, sure has. All right, so we got Kelly Oliver in the house, Business Loan Solutions, Jason Sallman, cryptocurrency expert, and I will let you know about a hot listing. This is a property over on Gulf Boulevard in Clearwater Beach, 1370 Gulf Boulevard, 401 Bella Rosa condo, Sand Key, right on the beach. Gorgeous beachfront property, $1.2 million property, 2,200 square feet, corner, end unit, tennis on site, pool, spa. Just a gorgeous real estate property. Compliments of Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And this owner here in South Tampa is very motivated. He just reduced his price down to $482 at 103 South Havana Avenue in South Tampa. It's in the Plant High School District. It's got to be one of the best priced properties in the whole zip code. 33609, $482,000, 2,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath. And it's a great Airbnb property, great rental. He just reduced it down to $482, 103 South Havana Avenue. Great rental property here. And another hot listing from Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. All right, so here we are talking about our feel-good story of the day. Every day we're going to tell you something positive here on our feel-good segment.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is one where he hung out with a bear. A 3-year-old was lost in the woods. He said he hung out with a bear. So the woman was walking her dogs in Craven County, North Carolina, and she found a toddler who had been missing for more than 2 days. Casey Hathaway, 3, wandered off from her grandmother's yard Tuesday while playing with other children. Hundreds of people from the community searched for him on Thursday as she was walking her dog. She heard a child cry. She heard the child cry in the woods, and she thought, wow, let's go check it out. And then immediately the police and other members of the search team, the next thing they knew, that everybody was running up there, and I heard that he was found. Casey was found safely and said that he had hung out with the bear, was the words from the 3-year-old's mouth.
Wow.
And Casey is healthy. Here's a quote from Facebook. It looks like, Casey is healthy, smiling and talking. He said he hung out with the bear for 2 days, and God sent him a friend to keep him safe. God is good. God is a good God. Miracles do happen. So the Craven County Sheriff Chip Hughes addressed the boy's bear story during an interview with TV station WCTI. I don't know if that he meant he saw a bear. I don't know if he meant that a bear embraced him or what it meant, Hughes told the station. I thought it was very cute story, and if that's what helped the child survive through this, you know what, I'm going to embrace the story that came from a 3-year-old to his mom. So pretty cool story.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cute.
All right, let's jump into our lightning round here. We got some top tips coming at you.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning round.
All right, here we go. We got top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Kelly Oliver, Business Loan Solutions.
I think that if you are hungry for a deal and you step across something you find very interesting, you should be reaching out to everybody you can that can help you put a deal together.
Yeah.
If they're there, they're available, they're willing to help, they'll be creative, they'll tell you what their own background and experience is. You just really, rather than sitting on it and not talking to anybody about it, reach out and don't talk to your family members because they cannot help you.
Because they're going to naysay you.
They're going to naysay you all the way. Oh, you don't want to take that risk. You don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, reach out to the people that are the experts that have done there, been there, done this, and can help you actually get a deal going.
That's right. Model an expert, find somebody who's played in that space and play ball with them.
Absolutely. And then one other thing really quickly, we talk about all the things that it is that we can do at Business Loan Solutions. One thing that we cannot do is loan on cryptocurrency purchases. I'm sorry for that. I'm so sorry.
There are companies that do that, though, which is pretty funny that you said that. But
that's interesting. Wow.
Sorry.
So Jason Sallman, cryptocurrency expert.
Yeah, for sure. So my piece of advice I'd definitely say is, so if you're a business out there, especially if you do any business online, is you need to start looking into cryptocurrency. You need to start looking into Bitcoin. Jack Dorsey, actually the CEO of Twitter, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast the other day talking about how he believes that Bitcoin is the native currency of the internet. So whereas, we have the dollars, obviously the native currency of the United States, that Bitcoin is the native currency of the internet. Now, whether that ends up happening, who knows? But if you're a business out there, you need to start looking into this because it's going to save you money. It's going to be more secure and it's way simpler. Once you understand how it works, it's way simpler. So if you're a business out there, start looking into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Yeah, you look at the other options. You got like the PayPal's, what's the other app? There's a couple other apps.
Venmo or things like that.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yep.
So you got those apps, but they're still doing an exchange through like a Visa, MasterCard platform. Is that right?
Yeah.
Settlement. Yeah.
And it's all third party. So like transactions are simple, right? We can do all these incredible things on the internet. We can stream videos and send files and do all this amazing stuff. But money is still incredibly hard to move. Like I should be able to, if I want to transact with Kelly, I hand it to Kelly. Here you go, Kelly. And give me my product or service or whatever it is. That's how simple business should be. But it's not like that.
Right.
Like, whether it's in the SBA side of things or whether you're talking about real estate, moving money is incredibly difficult. And forget it if you're talking about like out of the country. So can you imagine if you have investors from Dubai who want to buy property in Miami?
Right.
First, they have to get the money into the country. Then you have to move it around and it goes in circles and you pay all these fees and all this other insane stuff. You have to wait an insane amount of time. And so to show you an amazing use case, so there's a cryptocurrency called Ripple. For me, it's like the really connected kid from Harvard. It has the most banking relationships of any cryptocurrency. PNC Bank is a partner of them right there in downtown. They moved $302 million yesterday.
Wow.
And it cost less than a penny.
Wow.
To move $302 million. It took 10 seconds to confirm the
Where
transaction.
did that money come from and go to?
So actually, we don't know exactly where because Ripple just moved the money from one wallet to what apparently is another company wallet. But that'd be the same thing as if I sent it to Kelly. That's that's all that it would entail is me sending it to her wallet.
Right.
So $300 million less than a penny in cost.
Yes, please. I will pay you that penny.
There you go.
And she doesn't even pay the penny though. That's the thing.
The utility of it as well, like you mentioned with the blockchain behind it. So the utility of it is exciting. What do you think's holding people back? What do you think? Is it government? Is it?
No, I think it's ignorance.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a new thing. So just like first of all, like if I asked you, Brandon, like explain to me how email works.
Right.
You couldn't explain that. I can't explain that.
Right.
It's just a use case thing. As soon as it starts developing usage, just like everyone uses the internet, but again, they thought it was a fad. Same thing with emails or anything else like that. This is the same thing with this. So it's just the people who get educated about it now, who really learn about it now, are going to be the winners coming into the future.
Yeah, we're so resistant to change.
Yeah.
We put the past on a pedestal. That's why, again, people are beating up kids about being on their iPhones and stuff all the time. But, if you could connect with your friends and talk to them via a portal like we had back then, we would have done a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, and you have always like the nostalgia factor. Every generation thinks like the generation after them is worse because of X, Y, and Z type of reason. It's not to say there's pros and cons to everything, but like evolution is what it is. So like we're evolving into this space, and so the people who evolve quicker have a lot easier time. The dinosaurs aren't doing too well currently.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Progressively.
Yeah, exactly. So, Consumer Quarterback Show, we want to help you win. So we'd love for you to connect with us. There's lots of ways that we can put you in touch with a lot of our expert contributors, all the 80 plus show partners that we have associated with the show that you see every week and you hear on the show. Maybe you're watching our TV show as well. There's lots of ways that we can help you. So we want you to reach out, consumerqb.com. That's our website. You can go to that website. You can see all of our contact information for our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Of course, we have our hotline that you can reach out to, and we want to make sure that we're connecting you. I want to be that super connector, kind of like the quarterback on the field. You just saw Tom Brady win the Super Bowl, although it was a lackluster Super Bowl, not much scoring. Yeah, he won again. But he's delivering that ball to all the different receivers. Most, they got the MVP Edelman this time. But, that's the same thing I want you to think about me is, I'm the quarterback on the team. I've got CPAs, financial advisors, several different types of attorneys, all types of home services, lending partners, different ways that we can connect you with those people that are going to give you straight advice, non-commission based advice. They're going to help you understand more about your buying decisions. A lot of our expert contributors take a consultative approach. So they're going to consult you through the whole process, and you're going to learn more from them rather than just going into it blindly or maybe walking into, one of the big banks on the corner that took all that bailout money. We're talking about local businesses, local expert contributors that can help you here on a local level. So I want to thank Kelly Oliver, Business Loan Solutions. Thanks so much for coming in. Jason Sallman, always a pleasure and a great conversation around the cryptocurrency space with you as well. And we want our listeners, our viewers out there to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, hand it to that person that you see in need on your daily commute. Real simple. There's lots of ways that you can be the good, be a force for good in the community. So pack up some food or clothing, hand it to that person that's in need, and donate blood. I mean, there's lots of ways you can get involved. So do something kind for one another, perpetuate the good out there, and we'll see you right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, your 5 o'clock drive time program, 1380 The Biz. We have our weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone and daily TV show on WeBeam TV. Coming soon to Apple TV, Amazon TV, and Roku as well. We're working on that as well. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Consumer Quarterback Show page is out there as well. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and check out consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the Consumer Quarterback.